When you've lived on the street, you don't take safety for granted. I had clawed my way out of a cardboard box and into a modest two-bedroom home through sheer grit. People still looked at me like I was nothing, just a guy with a past no one wanted to hear about. But I had my son now. That was everything. His laughter was louder than the silence I'd grown used to. At first, I thought the imaginary friend thing was cute. Most kids invent someone to play with. He called him Fen. Said Fen only came out at night and didn't like the light. Creepy, sure. But I chalked it up to cartoons and overactive imagination. Until the night he told me Fen whispered secrets to him. That's when things shifted. He began drawing strange symbols, writing numbers he couldn't possibly understand, talking in his sleep in a voice that wasn't his. Then one morning I found the note. It wasn't in his handwriting. The paper smelled like damp soil. The words were written in sharp, jagged strokes. He knows you remember. The deal isn't done. I froze. Because I did remember. Long before I had my son, back when I slept in shelters and alleyways, I had encountered a man. Or what looked like a man. He said he saw something in me, a kind of hunger not for food but for redemption. He offered me a choice: suffer endlessly, or inherit something most men would never believe existed. All I had to do was accept without questioning. I said yes. Because I was desperate. The next morning, I woke up in a hotel suite with clean clothes, a job offer, and a bank card loaded with enough to restart a life. I never saw the man again. But I never looked back, either. Until now. The note under my son's pillow wasn't a coincidence. It was a reminder. I started watching my son more closely. He would hum songs I'd heard only once on the street from a blind man who vanished the same night I made the deal. He knew things about my past I'd never told anyone, like the tattoo I burned off or the woman I failed to save. Fen, whoever or whatever he was, wasn't imaginary. He was the link between who I was and the deal I thought I'd left behind. I checked the attic one night after hearing scratching sounds. I found another note in a dusty box filled with old news clippings. My name wasn't on them, but the faces were familiar. Homeless men. All disappeared. No remains. No follow-up. The note said, "You were never the only one. But you were the only one who forgot." That's when I knew I was part of something bigger. Something ancient. Something dark. I confronted my son, gently. I asked him if Fen ever hurt him. He said no. Fen protected him. But from what he didn't know. He told me Fen only came when the lights flickered twice. That's when they tried to come through. That same night, the power surged. Twice. A chill ran through the room like the breath of something unseen. My son stood at the edge of his bed, eyes wide but calm. He whispered, "Fen says they remember you now." I wasn't ready for what came next. The walls cracked, not broke, cracked, like something inside wanted out. Shadows stretched where there should have been none. I grabbed my son and ran outside, but the air was thick, like time had slowed. The house behind us shimmered, then shifted, like it was never real to begin with. And then it vanished. No smoke, no fire, just gone. A man approached from across the street. No face, just the impression of one. He handed me a sealed envelope and walked into nothing. Inside the envelope, a key, coordinates, and a single sentence. This was only the first payment. The true fortune is still buried, but not alone. Now I sit here, telling you this, hoping someone out there has seen something similar. Maybe you're one of them. Maybe you made a deal too. Maybe you think you're safe. You're not. Whatever I accepted back then didn't just give me a second chance. It bound me. To a purpose. To a world no one talks about, but that watches us constantly. I don't know what's coming next, but I've started digging. Not just through soil, but through memory, history, patterns. My son, he's different now. Smarter. Quieter. Watching me like he knows more than he should. The strangers who once mocked me, they don't laugh anymore. Some of them are missing. Others suddenly want to help. But I see through it. Because I remember the rule I forgot until too late. Nothing given is ever free. If you've ever felt something watching you in the dark, if your child talks to someone who isn't there, if you've found a note with your name written in handwriting you don't recognize, don't ignore it. We are all connected in ways we can't explain. And some debts come with interest.